welcome, everybody. Welcome to BeoTalk. What are we? 196. Everybody's back. Yay!
Back on track.
Back on track, indeed.
As per usual, go leave a like and subscribe if you haven't yet already. If you want to join the chat, you only have to be subscribed to the channel for a minute. And if we're annoying, then you can unsubscribe.
Then you can troll.
Yeah, the chef is Thor tonight, so if you feel like banhammering, go for it. And as per usual, if you want to become a channel member to any of our channels, well, I guess Henrik only has a channel. There's a join button next to the subscribe button, and it helps us out a lot. And that's about it. And later we'll post a link for our good friends over at Skinny Play, and have a link for you there. Buy any two, and you get 10% off. And we get a small kickback. All goes to the channel and helps pay for the bloody power bills now that they've basically doubled.
For you guys?
Yeah, it's a Russian thing. So it's
crazy.
With what? Power bills?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, mine was twice as much, but now back to kind of normal. After just 1 month, all the wind power mills are back to...
Mine was a bit more than double up, but yeah.
Yeah, I saw
Crazy.
the people where it was like 4x and they didn't actually use any more. It just...
But we are getting a government grant, so we may get back some in a few months, but yeah.
May. If there's still money around.
We may be getting it in May. I would say that's more kind of reasonable, but yeah. But now the solar panels kicking in with the snow leaving, so yeah.
Well, that actually helps. Yeah, like my roof is like neighbors, so it doesn't work here.
Throw them out and put up solar panels.
Yeah.
But Henrik, you're well again.
Yeah,
or Henrik too, I should say.
Yeah, Henrik too. Henrik 1 is up there, but yeah, I'm back and I'm good. I mean, I went down with the vid. It was crazy. We got a text that Hamilton has been in contact with somebody for 2 days, and
he's been out running, or he's been out partying, or
no. just with a daycare thing. And we have been under the radar all the time. I mean, Heidi and I haven't really taken too many precautions, but
you live an ordinary life, and that's it's just COVID friendly.
Yeah. The best way to tell you is the picture that you just saw on the screen. That's how I felt, like really bad.
You wasn't really yourself.
I went to work in the morning and everything was just fine. And then after like 15 minutes, I was just like, oh, I don't feel really good. So I did a quick test and that was positive. So I was just like, mask on, threw everything out, got home. And then I booked a PCR test and I laid down on the couch. And then within 40 minutes, every joint in my body was hurting. I was coughing, my nose was running, I had a headache. And I went to the PCR test and it was negative. And then the day after I was still, I feel really bad. So I took another PCR test and that guy really just jabbed that thing all the way down my throat. So that one was positive. So
there you go.
Then I stayed home for a few days and I got better. And then Heidi got a positive PCR test. So we have been home for 12 days. Who
was the sickest, you and Heidi?
That's a stupid question. I was down with the man flu, man.
I'm saying, yeah.
So then Heidi got it, and so we went to home isolation for 12 days. And I am vaccinated.
2 or 3 times.
2 times. I was going to get. I was going to get the third one the Friday, and I got tested positive on Thursday. So yeah, I couldn't get that. So, but now in Denmark, it's not a pandemic anymore. It's just a flu. So
same here. On Wednesdays.
Oh god.
Yeah, on last Tuesday, it it's just not a pandemic anymore. It's
No.
just the flu. So
They
we
turned it
don't
off.
really
It's
care
fucking-
about
We're
it.
done with it. They shut it down like freaking. Oh god.
Yeah, I mean, we had like for the past 3 weeks. I mean, it went off the roof with people getting sick, and I mean, I believe that we're almost done with everybody. So I mean,
Yeah.
sure, why not?
Same here.
Yeah.
I mean, me in school, I have ordinary in my mathematics class. There's 16 students, and there were 2. Like, where's the rest of them? Oh, COVID, oh, COVID, oh. Yeah. So it's everyone getting it.
So I just need to. Am I Henrik 2 now?
It's for tonight, yes.
Fuck.
But you're winning.
Barely.
So
Damn. Okay.
So yeah.
But I actually have a
I
little
don't know.
funny
I like it.
story on the COVID.
This is the most confusing question ever. So.
Might be.
What is
Henrik or Henrik 2?
But I mean, you haven't looked better, Mikey. So it's nice. It's nice to actually have some adults in this room, and not just.
I don't know how you
bunch
do
of
it.
kids.
I'd be like all day long.
because you got around the mouth, bro. That looked like, honestly, when I first saw it, I thought you were wearing a mask with a hole in it. Like, you went full tard. I don't know what happened to you.
I'm not
and then
you.
I'm like, oh, shit. All of a sudden, it's
the whole,
it's the whole, I don't wear no
Haddock,
mask, dude.
I'm not Canadian.
I don't wear them.
I
I'm
don't
not
spend-
wearing masks.
I don't spend
dude,
my
there's
time
some
honking
shit going
outside.
down here. I wonder how much is this being reported of what's going on here in Canada, in the Europe. I don't think anything. My dad didn't even really know that there was a huge fucking uprising in Ottawa and Toronto now, and over the borders and everywhere else. Like, there's some shit going down here, guys.
And in respect of that,
awesome.
tonight you're honk.
We're turning off the COVID in here too, but we're doing it the Canadian way.
Just to Herr Vagabond, let me just elaborate on my sickness. Yes, I still have a lot of issues breathing. 2 years ago, 7 years ago, I got asthma, so I have these kind of things. I got it from stress level. For the past 4.5 years, I haven't used this inhalator, but now I'm using it.
Yes,
just go up the stairs. I just used it before we got live here because I'm like really trying to get my breath, and it really sucks. And it's just worse with these kind of things. And I couldn't taste anything for 2.5, 3 weeks. 4 days, this Thursday, I could taste licorice again. And then I got a beer on Friday that I could taste. And now I can taste almost everything again throughout the weekend. So, yeah, that's it about the sickness.
Well,
Corona.
it has its perks in that changing diapers is not
Oh
so
yeah,
bad anymore.
I mean, that was the best.
It's
have
like
to
la
say.
da da da. Oh, it
Yeah.
looks like a disaster, but I can't smell it.
Exactly.
Stick a finger in it, mash it.
and I mean, I could take the diaper and I could do like this, and I couldn't smell anything. There's just like, yeah, who cares, and just threw it out. Heidi thought I was kind of a creep just going in.
I don't feel a thing.
That's funny.
Yeah, but the worst thing is definitely the breathing. When my office is on the 3rd floor. I live on the 3rd floor, and it's just talking is also.
You like me doing the whole all on one floor. That's better for all people, I would say.
Yeah, I totally agree. That's bad. I really hope that will get back soon, because you can't run, you can't do anything.
I actually have a coworker that's she's a PT teacher, and she was very active in like trainings and all that. But yeah, she's not back to normal yet, and where this kind of long-term COVID effects. But yeah, well, hopefully it will be better, especially if that breathing part, because that's just some kind of scary sometimes when you just feel that you get enough air, and that's
The worst thing is that it takes me back to the days like I had asthma for 1.5 years before the doctors figured it out.
Yeah.
So I had 1.5 years where I woke up like 10 times at night and couldn't breathe. So I just had to sit in the bed, trying to breathe, walk around in the apartment, trying to breathe. And that was 1.5 years straight on. And then they figure out, oh, maybe he had asthma, and they gave me one of these, and I was just like,
wow,
oh, that's nice. and it's really not cool to be back to it again, and it takes me back to some memories that I really don't like, but it's better than nothing.
Do you use it at night?
I use it before I go to bed. Yes.
Yeah.
Now I do, but I usually don't.
But you don't wake up needing it, or?
No.
But that's great.
It opens up everything, and it usually keeps me going the whole night.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Eric, you have a new couch, by the way.
Yeah. This picture should have been this summer, then later again in October, then later again in December, and it actually should have been these photos in March this year, but the late couch came early, so that's good.
When are you gonna get a pug, like a dog?
I have one, but
match it.
You
have the weirdest. It's turned out to be like the weirdest setup. Like you have your fives on the side wall beside the TV.
Yeah,
what kind of a fucked up?
But that's for music, man.
Let me explain. Let me explain, because when we're sitting at the dining table or the sofa, and actually the Eames chair, which is kind of more pointing at them depending on how you swirl it. I like the fives, for me, look the best when they're not surrounding a TV, when they just look apart. Because then they actually look like sculptures more than speakers. And people now, they don't never get it what it actually is, and the TV is just the 55 Eclipse is just a kitchen TV. I mean, it's just for ordinary use.
I totally agree, Eric.
And that TV is just moving in all these kind of places. So and when we're sitting at the dining table, where we actually look at the most TV, because and all this kind of, and Alphonse seeing it on it. So and the TV has enough sound for a casual everyday TV programs, and if we want to look at the TV, we have the harmony with all kind of super setup here. So
you can still watch a movie with the sound center in the Eclipse with no problems at all.
Yeah. So that's no problem. And someday we have some kind of good piece of art on the wall, so it's just not blank. So it looks.
So what are you running the fives off of? You have a core?
The Eclipse. No, the Eclipse.
Oh,
because
really?
when
okay.
we talked about, because early on the core wasn't good with Eclipse, or I don't think it even resolved it any yet. So but I have the cables in the walls around. So when you see the side table, you could have hide some cables and something there if I would have the TV or something on that wall. So I can change it, because I didn't know how to place stuff.
But David has a good point. You're going to lose all your remotes in all those creases.
But that's the fun part with the sofa. The sofas are not attached. These all things are just loose parts.
You lift them up and shake them out to see where your remotes
are. Just pull them apart.
So Eric, will they stay together, or will they move apart when you sit them?
When you have them on this floor, my floor is not so polished, so just kind of what do you call it? It has some resistance to it. And the rug makes it so it just sits very tight. I mean, Alphonse tried to move the small cushion or the footstool there, or what do you call it? No, footstool. Or what do you call it? Yeah. So, but he couldn't. But they're completely still. And
is it
when
heavy?
No, it's super. I shouldn't be telling my girlfriend that I actually, when this arrived, it was in plastic and all that, and I put them on the side and managed to put them all this by myself. So if she knew I could do this by myself, she would be asking me to do all sorts of things at home, which I blame that I can't do because I'm in a wheelchair. So shush. But
what if she's watching right now?
Yeah, she probably is. She often
just make a soundbite out of this shit and send post it on her Instagram.
She often say that when Alphonse can't sleep, she's starting watching us and say, "Oh, Dad is on TV." He's good. Yeah. Start sleeping directly. So, but yeah, it's super comfy, especially that part on the corner. It's just I can't. Why didn't I just bought this sooner or earlier? Because it just, especially the corner piece, is just amazing with that kind of. It's amazing, and as you have so much with black leather, it looks very manly, cool, and robust, and so. And
where's
this
the black leather?
You can have it. I mean, we have. I think I sent it to Michael one time when I tried it.
This is Alcantara, right?
Yeah, and it's just amazing, just how soft and yeah. I really don't like leather either. Not in cars, not because it's too warm when it's warm and too cold when it's cold. And it's too slippery for me, so this is
just get heated seats.
Yeah, could do that.
Invented
seats.
I had that on the Ioniq, the Hyundai, so that's
but then it reduces the range to like 4 kilometers, right?
Maybe more. The funny thing with the Honda is that's when they have the heater on and it should be going 200 kilometers. But now it's just like 14 or something. But if I turn off the heater, it just boom, 50 more kilometers or something. But goddamn, it takes yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, that kills the battery. The shit.
Yeah. But the Honda now in Sweden, when it's so much snow, it's just a drift machine. I just go sideways every corner. It's hilarious watching this kind of.
But how is the range?
Not like 140 kilometers or less. I always drive mine in sports mode and just hammer it because I have like free electricity at home.
Just like a tampon, always in sport mode. Just
that's right. It just sucks when you step on the gas.
And the electric car, the electric motor sound like a turbo spooling up. It's kind of.
I actually so unmanly.
Yeah. But it's
That's
so
not a man car,
fun.
bro.
No, but it's so amazing fun either way, although it's not revving and blah blah blah.
The cool thing about the car is that the distance between the front wheels and rear wheels is so short, so it's amazingly fun.
And you have such a turning radius. I mean, you can turn. I mean, it's just hilarious driving in town and just do U-turns all the way because everyone is just looking at you. Especially also because it's such a cute car in people's. I mean, police would never stop me because there was just some old lady.
Yeah.
Well, they're not wrong.
I have my wheelchair with me. Yeah. It's
I don't know. I don't have a problem with leather seats in the car. Just put your freaking windshield thing cover on it, so then it doesn't cook your interior.
Resist myself with supporting me with legs, so I'm just floating around. Now it just when I Alcantara or something holding me back, I'm more stable.
6-point harness.
Yeah.
Click. or get a truck that's whole with the powered fucking whatever that comes out from underneath, so you can have grips and stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
Handles.
The problem with the 6-point harness is that when Erik just straps himself in, he can't reach for the brake pedal.
I tried it because I have been in my friends' cars who has the 6-point harness or 4-point harness. You can't reach for shit. I mean that some cars have that a handle to hold on to, but I can't reach it because.
Yeah.
Can you not move the seat?
No, but
the seats don't move.
You have no flex in.
No, I'm talking like the whole seat does not move.
Yeah, but you can. But it's try moving stuff where you can't move your legs.
The seat won't move when you have a harness.
And often those kind of bucket seats are fixed.
Yeah, I had
that's what I'm asking, right? If they're fixed.
I had that in the Skyline. So when
I sat in the Skyline and I put the harness on,
I couldn't reach the door to close the door, so I had to unbuckle everything and then close the door if I didn't remember it.
So, but did you do it to like your statue, like when you, or your position when you did the seats, right?
Yeah.
So like somebody else, that's what. So
most people
obviously it wouldn't fit for you if you're shorter than the guy that it was meant for, right?
No, exactly.
So,
but I actually have a fun little story on this little paper, the COVID paper. I get my my booster dose this Friday.
Booster dose. How's your Bluetooth in the house?
Yes. If I'm acting strange, you know why. But actually made a very good comment, making people just going, what? And when I was into the nurse kind of room and got my shot and asked her, because every time after you're taking these vaccine shots, you have to sit down for 15 minutes, just in case, I don't know.
It doesn't work.
Yeah, or something. So I asked her, do I have to do this? I have to sit down for like 15 minutes? And she was like, no, we have to say it. It's it's up to you. So I take myself outside and heading for the door outside to go outside. And these people working there was just saying or asked me, should I help you with the door? I'm like, yeah, fine. And just as she's opening the door, she's closing it again to say or to ask me, oh, have you really been sitting down for 15 minutes? And in just like that, I was like, I have been sitting down for 15 years. I think I'm okay. And she's like, oh, but I did. Yeah, okay.
I've been sitting down since I came.
Yeah, I've
been sitting down for some years now. God
damn
it.
I think I'm good.
15 minutes.
And she's like, oh, I didn't mean. Oh, yeah.
Be fucked up if you got up. That's fucked up.
I'm trolling you all this time.
Fourth shot. And I'm standing
Fourth shot, you'll get feeling in your legs.
Yeah, I'm running.
Oh boy. So yeah.
By the way, Henrik, didn't you have experience with this box at your friend's garage as well? Yeah. I mean, it's fucking fabulous.
Yes,
I love
what
it.
I told you.
It works with everything.
Yes.
And I tried it with 50s, I tried it with 28s, I tried it with 17s, as in these 17s. People thought I bought another set, I wish. But
yep.
I don't think I'm allowed to buy another set just.
Yep, it is.
For what?
Reasons.
That's right. I need balcony speakers.
Well, there's an office. There could be more speakers in there.
Do you have any speakers in the office?
Yeah, but not enough. Plus, the bedroom isn't full surround yet.
Well, yeah, you gotta swap the stage then and get something different.
Yeah, or put the stage in the.
Of course, you need surround in a bedroom when you have a helicopter coming behind from the.
That's right.
Yeah.
But
something to fall asleep to. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, it's an amazing piece of kit.
And the only, what we talked about last week, the only thing I haven't tried yet is trying it with BeoTalk 5s, but I'll go to my dealer and see how that works, because he has some 5s.
Well, if it worked with 50s, I don't see why it wouldn't work with 5s.
Well, Steve explained last week that 5s, when they switch on, they may sometimes get an N radio command, and then they switch on weirdly.
As I said, they don't work with
I've never had that issue, and I have a couple guys that are on I have one that I'm just thinking about it now. Like, there's 2 cores, but they're all running to the 9000. But I have one guy that has a core directly set into the lab 5s, and that's that theater job that I just finished. And there's no issues whatsoever. I've never had him complain that it doesn't turn on. So
yeah, just because it doesn't mean it won't ever. But I mean, even like B&O even has the workaround for it.
I think the equalizer on the unit should be a bit better. But I think that's my only complaint about the product.
Yes,
because it's freaking amazing.
And also, if you only have that complaint and it's cheaper, it's almost better. It's everything just working right. So it's okay.
I mean, if it is as a standalone product, and you had the opportunity to choose between a core, a moment, and the whole audio, I'll choose the whole audio in a heartbeat. First of all, because of the HDMI. Second of all,
it just works.
It just works. I mean, it's not a Bang & Olufsen product. It just works.
The problem with it, though, then you lose the network link. Like, you lose the interface between multi-rooming.
And then, third of all, you don't get a stupid email from Bang & Olufsen says, so how do you like your new not defined product? I just got that mail.
Undefined, not defined.
It's just, why do you do this to yourself all the time? I mean, stop. This is. Can you give me your opinion about the no description product that you bought? And I'm just like, why? And this is not the first time. I had 3 of these different emails. First of all, I got an email for the A9 where it was the internal name of the A9 they put out in the direct marketing email. And I was just like,
come on.
Jesus, come on, guys. Test your direct marketing to yourself first. And now I got it. So do you like the no description product that you just purchased?
What are you referring to?
No, I really don't like it. And I really wouldn't try to get any family member or friends to buy the no description product from you guys because it's stupid.
Maybe you should start making the kind of the customization by your BeoSound, insert name, whatever you want it to be, and yeah.
I think it's a bug in their system because they think that they are going off of like the whatever warranty registration you get within your app. I think whatever's new, that's when they send you the congratulations or follow-up email. I think that's what that is.
Yeah, it is, right? But it's still check out if you do handles like where you say product ID with what you purchase in the database, make sure that it fucking works.
Well, I know, I agree with you on that.
And the worst thing is I put it up on the Danish forum and one guy said that, did you through the app tell that there was a problem? And I was just like, yep, I told that I would not recommend this to my friends or my family. And he was like, well, that's going to change the situation. And then I looked at it and it was just like, oh, you're a software engineer at Bang & Olufsen. Maybe you should just do your job right, man. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, why do you even ask if you're a software engineer and you see the problem that your software has created?
I know.
Maybe they don't test it. Maybe they just don't test it properly.
Yeah, but surely you can pick up the phone and go, hey, Anders, or whatever other Danish name.
Exactly.
You guys fucked up. Why?
And I mean, it's just, why? I'm speechless.
We don't know.
It is what it is. Can you pair a Beo Remote 1 to this whole audio deal? Have you tried?
No, I haven't tried.
No, I don't think you can because it's IR.
It's got doesn't have a Bluetooth module in it?
Yes, but that's only for audio streaming.
Word.
I mean, in terms of everything else, like, the one thing that's crazy about this little box is that it has more streaming possibilities than a core.
Yeah.
I mean, you have Spotify, you have Tidal, you have Napster, iHeartRadio. It's all in there. It's like, what the hell? Like,
Napster, that's funny.
And that's what makes it so weird. It's like, why are you guys with something that's, what is it, like 40% the price of a core so far ahead?
If you're counting on the new pricing, yeah.
I don't, just to be totally honest about this, I don't think that the components inside of the whole audio is at the same level as the core. I think that I know that you saw the app yourself, Mikey.
Mm-hmm.
It's just component that you can buy on AliExpress. Like everybody can do it. But these guys have just done it and it fucking works and it's amazing. But it's still cheap products, but it does a lot of things.
It's affordable and it does what it says it
Yes.
should be doing, and it's not haggling in between every time you're going to use it. So yeah.
Exactly, Eric. You're right on the spot. I mean, it's just an amazing piece of kit, and the whole. I mean, if you take like the whole build quality of it and compare it to a core, this is much better than the core.
Oh, this feels a lot thicker. Yes.
Yeah, and the core is not. It shouldn't be.
It feels 3D printed, but it's a lot thicker.
And this thing looks good compared to the core.
But
I mean, plastic, I still think the component inside of the core, as just cost, is much more than the whole audio.
I'm sure that they use their higher quality boards.
Yes,
but I think that they should also B&O should consider, I think, going out with something like a Core 2.0 or whatever the heck you want to call it. Yeah. That has maybe 2 or 3 PowerLink outputs and a lot more streaming options, more open, and HDMI ARC, because obviously that is something that is
making it something like a BeoLink,
more or less a default requirement now.
Making a two-part, you have the core kind of base light or something, or have the more extreme core is add more functions to it. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you could do it that way. So
but I do agree that I do agree that it can do a lot of things. But the app, as you know, is also the same app as you use for 20 different speakers manufacturers. It's the same app you use as you use for this. So it's more like a generic product than the Bang & Olufsen product.
Yeah.
But if I didn't have any Bang & Olufsen products and I only wanted the speakers because of looks, a lot of people want that, I would buy the whole audio in every day. I would not even.
And also people who doesn't have, the TV as a hub or something like that, and just stream from your phone.
Yeah.
It does AirPlay. 18s, it does Chromecast as well.
Yeah, if you have 18s, like most people you just want a pair of 18s in a living room or something like that, and just want to stream music. But works.
Then I would buy a Moment because of Wiser.
Yeah, but most people just want something just easy access, I guess. Yeah, I mean, for their Spotify.
This is why I think it's an interesting product, because especially now with stuff, like I said in my video, right? If you want the nice looking stage, the black one, that's like over $2,000 now, or about $2,000. Yeah. You can buy this for, at the moment right now, it's $299. And you can get BeoLab 1s, you can get BeoLab 9s, and you're still cheaper off. Yeah. You can still buy last year's 55 LG panel, and you're roughly the same price of just the stage.
Yeah, and if you don't buy the 9s, then you will have a great product.
Or BeoLab 1s, or Pentas, the Pentas 3s.
I mean, a pair of 1s, and I mean, even a pair of 8000s in this would be a killer setup. And then connect it to an LG TV with the HDMI, and man, you're good to go.
Yep.
I packed my Lab 1s yesterday. The fucking
long cardboard box, yeah.
Oh, so no, they're not even in the cardboard box yet. I have to go to Audi and get a couple windshield boxes and then pack them up.
Willie, how are you going to move the 90s? Who's going to take care of those?
Me and Nick.
Okay.
That one is already on the skates. It's ready to rock and roll. I'm gonna take off the cups and or sails today and dust them off and clean them out and get them ready. And then I gotta go to my friend's house and pick up. I
was thinking you buy 2 extra seats on the airplane. Just here we go, sweetie. Here we go.
So you're gonna keep them, right?
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
And how far are they moving? I mean, I've been off the podcast for way too long. Sorry, guys.
Florida, Miami.
Are you moving to fucking Florida?
Yeah.
Jesus. Crocodiles and stuff.
Well, I'm not going to play golf and shit.
Can we change Willie's name to Horatio Kane?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. That's so I'm not moving to blog. And I'm driving there.
That's gonna be nice, and it's gonna be hot.
Yeah.
Especially for Willie coming from the Arctic down to normal temperatures.
Fuck, I already like die in houses anyways as it is. Like, let alone
when it's 20 miles outside and he's in shorts.
You already have a house there?
No, I'm gonna go out. Basically, take an Airbnb for 3 months.
Okay.
And just kind of scoop and scout around. And once I find a place that I like, then I'll pull the trigger on it and everything, because I'm going to pack it all in the container. Like, the only logistical nightmare that I have right now is I'm not sure if the condo board or whatever the fuck here let me park the container in the receiving dock for a day. I don't know why would that be a big deal, because like that's basically a 24-hour turnaround.
Ask for forgiveness later.
I know a guy. He lives right by the ocean. He's called something with Donald or something. Maybe you can get a house beside him. Donald J. Trump or
there you go. No, I don't want to live somewhere close to the C. A, hurricanes, and B, it's too expensive. So a little more inland.
Yeah.
And I also don't know, because the store is supposed to be moving as well. So I don't want to get a place somewhere and unpack all this shit, and then just to figure out that fudge, I should have just moved over there. I would have been right across the street from where the shop is or whatever. So
sure,
that's all up in the cards right now. So we'll see how long the visas take, because it should be about a month.
Nice.
But it depends also. Well, with this shit going on now, I couldn't even leave the country anyways, because I'm driving over there and the borders are blocked off with the truckers, which I'm in full support of, but I just can't. I want to deal with that shit right now.
Yeah.
I've been watching this on YouTube honking all day, freaking the whole 10 days now.
That's a long trip too.
4,800 kilometers and something.
Yeah.
It's a whole kind of Europe trip.
Few days.
A
few days. It's going to be interesting, because I'm basically going to be driving across the entire continent.
Indeed, yeah.
Okay. Is that because you want to keep your car?
That, and also I'm mobile right out of the gate. So if I work, I can work right away, right? And obviously I would need to drive around even to find anything. So better than, I'm not going to take an electric scooter like a dickhead and fucking, So
nice.
Yeah. I'm going to buy an electric scooter. I just can't do it out of the gate, dude. I'm going to sit there with the toolbox between my legs and shit.
That's going to be amazing, man.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be
looking forward to see the new place with all the kind of your setup, because your kind
it'll be interesting.
Interested just flew the roof, and with your kind of Lego collection and all that, it would be so interesting to see how well it would do.
Yeah, so I don't know where, but the plan is also, once I figure out where I'm going to be at, I'll fly Nick over to help me move in. And then I'm pondering the question of if he's willing to do it, like to drive the car back and sell it in Canada.
Get more for it there, or?
I would get a little bit more for it there, but also like if you sell it back in Alberta, because I don't know if Florida requires the license plates on the front of the car as well, because we don't have those here in Alberta. Alberta and Saskatchewan doesn't have front plates.
I don't think so.
So
Florida is one of those everything goes states.
Yeah,
because like otherwise it's a fucking $1,300 investment to get a new front grille for the Audi, right? In order for the license plate to be fit on it, because I'm not just gonna zip tie it like a redneck.
But Michael, you maybe know this more, but if he lives there permanently and he becomes a American citizen and all that, and still have his old car, it is okay, or does he sometimes have to get that front plate?
No, it depends on the state that you live in.
Yeah. But you would never in Florida need to have that front plate, even though.
Well, to put it this way, technically everybody is supposed to have a front plate. But a lot of people think it's ugly. And a lot of states are like, we agree it's ugly. So we don't care about the law, even though the law is the law.
And Florida is one of those states that we agree that it's ugly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice. And quite honestly, I don't think it really makes any sense, because nobody's following you ahead of you to read the plate. If they're going chasing, you're looking at the end of the car, not the front of it. What the do you need a goddamn license plate at the front?
Yeah.
Because you communists have those fucking cameras that are infrared now and whatever.
God damn it, you blind me.
I saw that shit, man. In 2016, when I was in Europe, I was driving back from the airport. I was being picked up from the airport. There was a goof that just passed us, and all of a sudden, boom, like the flash. I'm like, holy fuck, what was that? It's like, oh yeah, that was him getting a ticket. I'm like, that is so goddamn dangerous, dude. You're blinding people. Like, that's insane. Like, we have cameras too, but they shoot from the back, right? Yeah. So you're gonna get a nice lit up rear view mirrors, but it's not in the face.
But then they have this kind of argument that we don't know who is driving, but yeah, it's registered to you. But yeah, but we can't be certain.
Doesn't matter, does it? It's your problem. But in terms of owning the car, you will have to go to the DMV eventually and have it licensed.
Well, that's the whole. I'm gonna do that more or less immediately, and as soon as I get all the shit, because I don't know, I gotta figure out the insurance, right? Like in Arizona and Phoenix, some people don't drive with insurance.
Yeah, it's not necessitated.
Yeah, well, here it's illegal to drive without insurance. You can't.
Sure, it's America. It's a choice. If you're crashing, you can pay for it. That's your problem. And if not, you go to jail.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but if you're not at fault, somebody ruins into you or rolls into you, then it's still their insurance pays for a wall fluid, right? Because you're not at fault.
Yeah.
If they stop.
What?
Well, otherwise it's a hit and run.
If they stop and say that, yes, I am going to pay for your car, Willie, or they just going to drive off. Or maybe it is the U.S. and it is in Florida, so maybe it's just like,
yeah,
Willie, drive off.
You guys are so fucking doom and gloom about this shit. I can't believe it. Like, who cares? I'm not going around there, set our corner, loading shotguns around, fucking waving them off my, sunroof.
Get off my lawn!
But no, I'm gonna get at least some sort of an insurance for it, right? And then obviously the place is gonna be quite interesting to find, because I don't want to live. I don't know the neighborhoods, and I don't really want to move in somewhere where I'm risking getting broken into, right?
Yeah.
And a couple dickheads roll in and try to fucking steal the 90s when they're just going to damage the shit out of them and probably topple them over because they won't be able to do some stuff or do anything with them. So I'm considering, like, do I want to live in the apartment again, at least for a few years, right? So if I live in the apartment, there's a limited access again, right? Because you got to be buzzed in and all this shit, and I don't mind that because that's an extra layer of security. So there's that to that. And
what's the guy name again? That gated community that he lives in. That the Donald Duck. That guy.
Donald.
Don
I don't know. He was a president at some point.
Yeah, who remembers?
So,
but yeah,
he's coming back, I'm sure. But
gated
anyway.
community.
But by the way, in terms of getting the most for your car, if you want to sell it, I think you probably get more for it in Alberta, because in America, like, who does kilometers? It's weird.
That's exactly it, because the car is in metric, right?
Oh, it's foreign. Ooh.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
It's foreign.
Yeah, but it ain't fun, dude, when you're driving down the fucking highway and you don't know how fast you're going. But that's not cool when you don't know how fast you're going, right? Because it's only the digital, like, I can have the in the middle.
Yeah.
But
really
apparently don't speed is the number one thing that everybody that has spoken with Audi or at Audi that has residents in Florida or have been there. It's like, don't speed.
That's a misunderstanding. Don't go faster than anybody else.
Yeah.
If everybody's speeding, it's fine.
Just follow the traffic.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not gonna be the one with the hazards. It's 60, guys.
I mean, US is one of the only countries in the world where you actually just, if you follow traffic, everybody's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. I love that.
Yeah, me too. Because sometimes it's like 75 miles per hour, and it's just like, and somebody's in the right lane. It's just, what is going on? Yeah, did somebody die? Jesus Christ, just get on.
Yeah,
it's get on the train and just drive.
Yeah, but it's gonna be an interesting journey, that's for sure. As far as doing this.
So when is it, Willie?
I am out of this apartment at I'm planning to be out of here like middle of March, but I have it till the end of March.
Yeah, but you have to get cleaning and
hoping that like by April sometime I do get the visas. I don't know how long that process takes. And then
it's so dependent on
a
bunch of stuff. It's like it can be a few days, but it can also be a few months.
So are we gonna get the podcast from the car like a bum?
I don't know.
The bumcast?
If I leave on Monday, I think I'll be there by Sunday.
Should be.
Like,
there
there's
by Thursday,
no way I
really.
shouldn't. Well, the way I drive, probably, yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's gonna be. It's gonna be great. A long trek. It's gonna be a long trek.
You are going to make America great again, my friend.
Fucking right. Starting in Florida with BNO.
The first Canadian.
That's right.
Yeah. The British are coming. The British are coming.
They're gonna take our jobs.
Yeah.
Oh, and there is a master technician, is what my job title is, I guess. So, master technician. I like that they're using the Danish pronouns.
Yeah.
Master and
Do you need
slave.
one of these in the meantime to power everything if you need to buy a cheap TV and everything is in the storage?
I got V1 is going in the storage, but I think I'm gonna keep the computer as is, because it kind of is a soundbar to begin with, and I need the computer anyways. So,
although I can't remember, you had the 32-inch V1, right?
Yeah, I got a 32.
That's kind of
V1.
portable. Yeah, that's.
It is, but then again, like, what do you pack with you for the first 3 months, right? And I definitely want to take some tools, because I'm gonna fucking start working. I'm not gonna rebuy everything, and some of the tools you can't really buy because they're very BNO specific. And well, I could buy them from BNO, but then you gotta wait and all that nonsense, right? So, and I want to go in there like I'm ready to fucking work.
Yeah.
So do you already have a contract with somebody, or do you?
Yeah, with the Florida store.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
And you're starting.
April 1st, maybe.
Yeah.
If right, like it really depends on the visas and how long they take to work out, especially with what's going on right now. As the situation is, that I don't know what. I don't know. So, yeah, I'm slowly packing everything. Like, my office is done now. All the small shit. You don't realize how much small shit you have till you start packing.
Indeed.
All of it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's why moving is a sort of bitch, because it's discovering all the kind of shit you just have. That's,
and I started tossing things. Yeah, I started tossing things too. As the fucking man, like, I haven't used this in 3 years.
We have the rule that hasn't been used in 5 years. You're never gonna use it. So just.
Well, just out of shits and giggles, like, I went to my storage and I posted so much stuff on eBay. I think I pulled like almost over $9,000.
Yeah.
That I was gonna just throw in the garbage otherwise. Yeah. And I was like, holy fuck! I had no idea that I had so many things, I guess, that had so much value. But junk for one is treasure to the other.
That's kind of the thing with eBay and second-hand market. That it's always a buyer almost. That's the right price.
There's always a buyer and stuff that, like, I'm looking at this like, who the fuck is gonna buy a BeoTalk?
Yeah, and $2 here, $7 here, and
3,000 wall bracket, for God's sakes, right? With the speakers, like the side ones too. Like, it's just this fucking sold it within an hour, dude.
Yeah. In North America, that's.
I was shocked, right?
Yeah.
The only thing that really took a long time to sell was the BeoSound 5. That I sat on for a good month and a half before it went.
Yeah, the regular one without the kind of ripping CDs.
No, mine had the CD ripper too.
And it was so difficult to
CD
sell.
ripper on the wall bracket. Yeah, it took about almost 2 months to sell it. I don't know why, but it just took.
Because for me, that's so timeless and still kind of usable. Yeah.
Right. And I was gonna sell all 3 of them.
Maybe people treat it like Henrik did vinyl for the longest time until he got a record player.
So I was gonna sell all 3 of them, but I'm like, fuck, if this took so long to sell, then I'll just give the other one to my mom. So as soon as she moved into the house, I opened up the BB9, because obviously we moved it all in there, and I put the BeoMaster 5 inside the TV, and I have the 9-meter cable, so I just ran it around the back of the couch. You guys will see that house, because I'm most likely gonna make a podcast out of there at some point.
Would be nice, yeah.
Well, because when I'm done with the apartment here, I'm going to move to her place for how many weeks it takes after that to get the freaking visas. Maybe I'll have the visas before I even move out of here, which would be great. and then I just sit in the car and sayonara.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
Sweet.
So yeah, that's it's a definitely a move of a lifetime again, I guess. But better to go to US than Costa Rica, where I was originally planning to end up at.
Same temperature. There's more to
It's the same
Florida.
temperature, but yeah, like it's not a developing country, I guess, as you call them nowadays. So.
Well, Florida,
But yeah.
Puerto Rico.
Yeah, Florida kind of is, right? No.
So
Yes,
I don't know. I think it's gonna be fun. The heat is gonna be a disaster for me. That's for fucking damn sure. It's gonna
take
a
year
suck.
or 18 months, and you'll be used to it.
But I'll adjust. I'm certain of it. If I adjust it to this nonsense here it's been
take
23
advantage
years.
of it and just go outside and smoke cigars every time when you need it.
Oh, dude, that's what I'm looking forward to the most, is that I can just
swim
sit
over
outside
to Cuba
and
and get the Cuban
buff my
cigars and
stogies.
swim back. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need blankets and heating stuff anymore.
No.
Yeah, dude, sitting here like a freaking Eskimo outside.
And everybody in Florida is smoking cigars, so.
Yeah. But by the way, the embargo, is it still on, or did someone?
Oh yeah. I'm not really into Cubans anyways. I like my Davidoffs, and those are there available at all times. So that's I'm not too concerned over.
Well, you don't pay your silly Canadian taxes on them.
Holy shit!
Even
balls,
from
dude.
Honduras, cigars are great. So yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice.
As mentioned pre-show, Henrik found B&O headphones that he actually loves for once.
Yeah, crazy.
I mean, the video's in Danish, but like you can tell by the amount of work that went into it that you actually like them, because otherwise it's sort of still shots like it's shit.
I mean, I can take you guys through it pretty fast.
Yeah.
As everybody knows, maybe there are some newcomers in here. There's actually some names in the chat that I've never seen before, but I have been out for a
3-4 weeks. Yeah.
So, but I freaking hate Bang & Olufsen headphones. I think they're stupid. I think they're priced wrong. I think the materials are nice, but they can't compare to the competition out there, in my opinion. Then Bang & Olufsen came out with, and before you all get mad in the chat, yes, I hate the H95s as well. I think they're cheaply made, and I think when you pull the lever, it's cheaply made, and you can actually do this with the lever. So, yeah, don't even get me started. But this is the portals, and first of all, the cups in here are bigger, and for my giant ears, that's better, because I can have them on for a long time. And when you listen to music with them, with the B&O app and so, they sound like the Bang & Olufsen things, whatever. That's the thing. I don't really... I like the sound of it, but I could get a
You can use them for so much more also.
Yes, I could get a cheaper version out there. But when you activate the Atmos module, the Atmos license in these bad boys, then they do a total new sound experience that I never experienced before. I have experienced Atmos headphones before, but these headphones, you know, when you listen to your, let's say that you have a 5.1 system at your home, and you have that Bang & Olufsen sound. We all love it. We all dig it. It sounds amazing. But then I used to have a 7.2.4 Atmos cinema in this house, and the reference
Bang & Olufsen.
It was not Bang & Olufsen.
Yeah.
The reference curve was so flat, and it was so tidy, and the sound was dry, and I loved it. But you can only listen to a movie in 2 hours and 20 minutes. Then your ears were like, I need to get some calmness here. That's the experience I get with the Portal when you activate the Atmos license. So when you activate the Atmos license, it's like we take the whole Bang & Olufsen sound signature and we just throw it out. And then we just give you the flat reference curve, and it's so dry, it's so punchy, it's so freaking amazing. That
very enhanced. Yeah.
It's you can't even say enhanced, because enhanced in this matter is a bad word. This is just so flat and so dull. But it's like being in the cinema, in a big cinema room. This is like the greatest thing.
I like them.
Yeah, it's a very good headset.
Yeah.
It's rare when you're this complimentary of something B&O does.
Yes, I know. And it's only because that it's so I have all the words in Danish, but it's just
yeah, the bass is never ending, really. The treble is present but not too harsh.
No, but when you activate the Atmos license, you all know this because everybody has been to the cinema, and everybody's been to the cinema where it's like, okay, this is crazy. It's very, very loud and it's very, very punchy. And then you come home and you listen to your Bang & Olufsen system. It's like, oh, this is nice. This is mellow. This is like creamy stuff. Nice. But it was also nice in the cinema because you like got drawn into the picture. You got drawn into the movie. This is what draws me into the movie. It's crazy. It's crazy.
You think of it instead of like when you're watching your kind of movie at home and kids are asleep and all that, and you don't want to wake up and still want that full experience.
Yeah, but it still doesn't. If my family is asleep and I take these on, I don't get the Bang & Olufsen feeling.
Yeah,
I get
cinema experience.
The cinema experience, like, which is crazy.
Yeah, I like playing vids with those on.
And for games then, because they are actually a gaming headset.
Yes,
you can say that. So for games and the kind of imaginary.
Yeah, I mean that's the only thing that's so stupid, and it's only Bang & Olufsen who has their head up their asses. Because I mean, if you do a headset for gaming, you need a boom mic. I understand why they don't do it, but I mean, it doesn't do anything good for the microphone. I mean, all microphones in Bang & Olufsen headsets are bad, like really bad.
We have tried a bunch of them.
Like they suck. Yeah. They suck like really bad.
This
I mean,
one, portables have the best. You
can take Bose and you can take Sony like 5 years ago, and their headsets microphone are still better than the brand new ones in the H95s.
Yes,
they sound better, but these actually sound okay.
Yeah,
they sound much better than the H9Is. And I do a reference test on the video where I say my Bang & Olufsen Be Remote Halo is rattling, and I say that on the H9Is, and then I do it on the portals afterwards, and it does sound more dynamic on the portals, and it sounds utterly bad on the H9Is, but on the portals it's okay. I did some gaming with some friends, and they said, "Oh, it sounds okay." It's not as good audio as it is right here, as you have here, but this is also totally different microphones and stuff, but it's okay. It's not good. It's okay.
It's okay, and also it's better than it used to be on other products. And
it's still good. Only for gaming.
Yeah.
So it's just, can you hear what I'm saying? And it works. But I mean, I never thought I would say this, but I kind of like him. And I hate myself for saying this, because I know that next week I'm going to have a T-shirt where it says something with a bearded man saying, "I love Bang & Olufsen headphones" and stuff, and that's not the truth.
That man can
Henrik.
be here every day of the week.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh, they're good headphones, man. They're excellent in my opinion so far from all the headphones I've tried.
The lever for the chat versus the gaming sound, where you can take the chat up a notch and the volume down on the game, So if you're into, like, I've drowned people with these things. I have drove 300 kilometers an hour with these things. But it's nice to listen to your co-op guys to feel like, oh, we need to go on the second floor because we need to kill that bastard or whatever. And it's just nice to get down and then I love them. That's what I have to say. Sorry, I've been rambling. Great.
Yeah.
No, it's just finally we all love something, and we all agree on it. This may actually be the best product B&O makes currently.
Yeah, for the money, how they fit, how they're sounding, the usability of them, and everything, and taking account that you need that license. That's, I mean, it's, what is it?
15
15 years. So that's nothing compared to.
No, but that it's in there and it's forever, and you can take it from device to device. It's kind of nice.
Especially when Microsoft is having Xbox, so that's good.
I also think, but maybe that's because of the cup size of these things, that the noise canceling is a bit better.
Oh, sure.
That I've experienced on the H95s. But that's these fit better on my ears than the H95s does.
They're for sure easier to wear with glasses. I don't know if you tried both with glasses, but
no.
But they're not so. They don't ram your glasses like into the side of your head. Everything you just said is why I prefer the Portals over the H95s. The H95s are very good and they sound better.
Yeah, but how much better comparing to price?
Not enough.
I mean, no, that's kind of the thing.
It's also the comfort. Like I can wear H95s for about 2 to 3 hours, no problem. Portals, I stop noticing I'm wearing after like 3 hours.
But they're also so fluffy here.
Yeah,
like the headband is so fluffy. It's so nice
because it's meant to be gaming for a long time. I mean, as you say, Michael, I can wear my H95s for like an hour and a half. Then as always,
then your hair goes flat.
Yeah, and I need my gel and all, spray and all kind of products. I mean, so it doesn't. I always hated it because I always had Bowers & Wilkins and other brands for headphones because I always didn't like Bang & Olufsen's headphones. But H95s, I feel like,
I mean, if I should listen to music, I would still to this day go for the Sony VS1000s. But if I only should have one headset that I should use for everything, it will be between the Portals and the AirPod Pros, because the AirPod Pros does so much for me when I'm working. Like they can switch between all my products when I'm using them. They sync up with my iPhone, iPad, MacBook Pro a lot better than the E8 whatever stupid headphones. They're jamming their ears and they say stupid noises like woo when you take them on, and the AirPods Pro doesn't do this. But if I should experience music and experience movies, experience games, I would definitely go for the Portals.
Yeah, they're great.
I like Portals.
Yeah.
You
Vlad
had
has
them
the
for a
best
while,
idea
right,
for
Willie?
Say what?
You had them for a while, right?
That's what I'm on right now.
Yeah.
And that's the microphone I'm using. Yeah, that's the microphone as well. It's off of them. I got nothing proprietary and more. Yeah, I like them. The freaking surround is unbelievable though. Like in the games, it's just insanity. Like you can hear shit everywhere going on. It's
You get one of those omnidirectional mics to fuck with you and then go la la la.
Yeah.
The only bad thing I have to say, and I have to say something bad because it is me, so I have to say something bad. And that is that the Xbox is in this room. The same room where my Apple TV is and everything else. All the electronics is in this room. And on the other side of this room, the Harmony is hanging. So when I'm in the couch, sometimes I could experience that I lost connectivity to the Xbox with these. If I took my MacBook or my phone and Bluetooth paired it in here and went to the other end of the house, I could still listen to music. But there is some issue with the Xbox and the portals with distance that was on the latest update. It also had an update for it. You get a better experience with TikTok and portals. Very, very, very amazing.
Well,
but
I guess they know their audience then.
but it also said that they had some connections issues with the Xbox and the portals. It's not been fixed totally, in my opinion. I still loses connections a few times, and then it drops out and comes back, and I hate those kind of things. And
Is
then
this
I have
on
to
the
sit-
2.4 gigahertz connection, or is it on Bluetooth?
I think it's on 2.4, but I'm not sure.
Because I was going to say, because when I connect them to my phone and I leave my phone on my desk and I walk to the bedroom and there's a bunch of concrete, no, it's fine.
I think it's on 2.4, and the reason why I think it's on 2.4 without knowing is because of the Atmos.
Yeah, that has to be there.
Yeah,
because the Atmos doesn't work on Bluetooth.
No, you can't transfer that much data, I think. So
Yeah.
that's the problem at the moment. Then I have to sit on the edge of the couch, and I can do that, and then sometimes I can move back. It's like interference sometimes, but overall, love these bad boys.
Yeah, dude, I like them. I don't have any issues on Bluetooth. The only thing I don't like that I do have to plug them into if I play games to the computer, and then you get the little chafing noise right in the headphone.
Mm.
But no, when you juice them up and shit's going down in the game, you don't notice it at all.
I mean,
It's just tense anyway.
if you're really bothered by it, you could get the Xbox dongle for USB.
That's what
for
I was
your
thinking
PC.
about. Just plug it into the back of the laptop or the computer, and that's it.
Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. Like anything
but if you use the dongle,
mm-hmm.
then the experience, you can take it like all through the house. It's only when connected directly to the Xbox.
Interesting.
Yes.
Could that be like an Xbox where like the 2.4 gigahertz is just sort of okay and they expect it to be in the room and they have to sort of like not put the best of everything
Could
in?
be.
It could be. I've only experienced, I mean, I've used this headset for a week now, and I haven't really digged into it, but I'm going to. Like I'm digging into a bare remote Halo that is rattling a lot to get justice for once and for all. The next video, I'm gonna paint myself blue on one side of the face, and yeah, Braveheart. But yeah, I'll try to figure it out, but I'm not sure yet. I haven't troubleshooted that much yet.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't put it past B&O being funky because I heard from Brian yesterday that he has a BV11 and a core, and before all the latest updates he could join everything together, but now that everything is ready to be joined with Mozart, that the BV11 doesn't want to join the core anymore. So I wouldn't be surprised if B&O doesn't regression test too much.
That's a very interesting point because I noticed since the last updates, the TV automatically, for some reason, they're still linked to the office moment, but they start the playback from the bedroom. And if the Avant would, well, it's gone now, but when the Avant would turn on and it starts playing from bedroom, then there's no speaker preset for that source because it's not even on the list. So it just turns on the TV by default and doesn't power up to 90s, right? But when it goes from the office, it goes to speaker 4. So it powers up to 90s and the 18s when they were still around here. So that's weird because now it's also the V1. If I press net music, it streams from the bedroom. Well, now it does, but it would stream from the bedroom instead of the office. I have no idea why.
Yeah, I think we have a bug.
I think so.
Somewhere.
I think
Because
there's something creeping, crawling in there that doesn't need to be there.
If I start my shape just as on the Essence Mark II remote, on the Essence remote.
Yeah.
If I started the shape on that, then out of a sudden the harmony starts.
What?
Huh?
Yep.
How is that? Do you have
It-
it paired to the harmony?
Nope. If I turn on my BeoSound 1 in the bathroom, my harmony turns on.
And starts playing, or it just turns on?
Turns on, and then it just waits to
Some special source opening or
on the Apple TV.
Apple TV, yeah. Okay.
So there is a major bug, and yeah. I know.
Is it the Apple TV that's getting? Do you have
No. I know that they know they have a problem. That somebody knows they have a problem. So maybe it will be fixed tomorrow.
After the show, maybe.
Not after the show, but maybe tomorrow.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's a weird bug, dude. That's annoying.
Mm-hmm.
To say the least.
I just got around it and picked from the iPad what I want to listen to and not just use the Essence remote for anything else than turning on up and down the volume.
Wouldn't you think that normally when they have something like a Bio Home, right, that they would catch something like that a bit sooner? Or is everything virtualized nowadays for testing?
I honestly think that their Bio Home is more or less a pony and a petting zoo little show thing going on. That I honestly don't think that they test anything in there. They have it set up to show people when they do like the factory tour. Look what we're capable of. But I honestly do not think that they are genuinely like there's somebody like lives there and plays with the products constantly and finds shit out. And I think that we are that resource as a podcast at this point, because we pull way more intelligence from stuff that doesn't work from the chat as well than they can come up with in. We come up with more in an episode that they can come up with in a month when it comes to gathering intel about something not working right. And it's just goes to say like, okay, well, yes, we have all these products and stuff, and there's a lot of various combinations. This is basically, I guess, it's still an Apple versus Windows, I guess, an example, right? Where, Windows computer has to work on so many different drivers and platforms and so on and so forth, where Apple, they design their complete entire environment, just like B&O does more or less. And it's, I don't know what else to say to that. It's just, it's something that should be happening if you are in your Apple or whatever your own environment, that you should be able to test multitudes of things. And I think that you should still have a Masterlink product in that test facility, because Masterlink is not dead. It's dead to y'all, but it's not dead to the freaking B&O people, because there's still a market for it. Hell, Steve is on freaking MCL for God's sake, right? So even that is still, I can't believe the mice never ate your cable. So some huge problem with it over here. But at any rate, I think that there still should be those things. And okay, well, yeah, you have, let's have, at least for the sake of the legacy, have the 9000 with the converter and put an IR to it, make that a freaking, separate room, and see what works and what doesn't work, and why does IR stop working for a BO4 as soon as you plug it into the BeoSound shape or amplifier, but it works okay before you plug into the BeoSound shape amplifier. So once it updates the core, that product is forever fucked. You cannot factory reset it anymore and the BO4 will never work again. All standby, it's the only thing that works, and all the light commands. So that was never tested. How are you guys even think of selling the gateway where some of those things don't even work on it in a way that, or the interface, right? It just, I think that's silly. I think that's something that should be extensively tested.
Yeah, but like a BV11 is an NL TV.
Yeah.
So like it's old, but it's not that old in the B&O world, and it's still a great TV. I mean,
of course it is.
You'd think that with the connectivity it has over network, that would be part of the testing suite. You'd think. But I don't know. Maybe it's just wishful thinking. It's
So
I don't know. It's annoying. It's a lot better. Don't get us wrong, Bina. Like, holy shit, was it disastrous 2-3 years ago? It's actually kind of good now, especially compared. But if you're coming from something
Division
like
14 era, yes.
Yeah. But if you're coming from something like, well, or the the Eclipse, it launched without my buttons and all that. Like we had to wait months for that.
A whole year, yeah, almost, yeah.
But if you're coming from any other brand, like, I don't know, if you say I'm a Sonos person, I want to upgrade to some actually decent speakers, or let's say you come from a simpler setup with like a Blue Sound Node or something like that. You kind of hope that the more expensive company also has the sort of software division to match.
I would hope that they would be smart enough to do release a software update for the BeoSystem 4 species to put Lab 28 as a speaker preset on it, or speaker to connect, because it's not there. I don't even know what it shows up when you try to pair it WiSA to an older TV. Like, it's just other?
I mean,
that's what you get?
Yeah, but in many cases, when you have Bang Olufsen and you complain about their stuff and what they could do, you can also always compare it to other brands, and they don't even have something close to it. And you just go, oh, so I have it this good, so I shouldn't really complain. But yeah, it can be better. But I mean, there's not many else who does it better. So.
No, I get that, but like the backwards compatibility has been the cornerstone of the brand since forever, and that's
very much so. Yeah,
and that's where a lot of the value is. It's just odd to see that with newer stuff coming out that it becomes compatible, but then the next software update, it's not regression tested for the older stuff, and I don't know. It's more of a nuisance than actually like terrible.
Holy shit. Thanks, Harry.
Thank you, Harry.
Canadian? Yeah.
Well, since we have to answer him, and I don't know what it says yet. Thank you, Harry, for the super chat. Hey, gents, did you hear about the new B&O Turntable Furniture Edition cabinet complete with Halo, BLab 18 combo, only for the North American market?
No.
No, but is that like the
is
Oriental
it a $27 troll?
No, but they did make that Oriental Express thing.
Oriental. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
Because that was one of the Orient Express, the fucking railway cart thing that was silly expensive.
Oh yeah.
Because was it? I think it was like 200 grand or something silly like that.
Yeah, it was something absolutely extremely crazy. But
because I was actually recently talking to Prestige about it, and like, so this is like your drinks cabinet with
turntable.
Yeah, with a turntable, but also with the level as the speaker for your turntable, right? But will your staff remember to take the turntable out and put the transport screws back in the bottom? Or will they just close it and close the lid and put it sideways?
Depending on when you're shipping with Post Nord or not. I mean,
personally, I think that doesn't get moved much.
No,
it's just something that's
a brag piece that you have at home.
That's right. Oh, you don't put that in the yacht so in rough seas can fucking roll around the whole thing and damage everything. Yeah. It's a collector's item that's probably
cool though, but
will never see a sunlight or maybe more than 6 pairs of eyeballs on it, and that's about it. But Yeah, I haven't heard anything about anything as far as the turntables are for here.
But I know some people, a guy that I know on Instagram that from Taiwan that sent his old Beogram 4002 or what they call back to Bang Olufsen, and that price for that refurbishing, yeah, that's a lot.
Insulting a little bit, in my opinion, for what you get and how little you get.
We have seen Anders Sellström
he
made his kind of own refurbishment, and it's just on par with. I mean, it's not the preamp install I think he did, but still it looks kind of the same kind of quality still, and yeah, you wonder sometimes what the money actually went into, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, cool.
I would rather have the 2 bottles at the bottom than anything else in that cabinet. So
I agree. I absolutely agree with you. Let's split them.
Yep, that's fine.
I wonder what costs the most, that kind of collection of records, or just the whole thing, because we know that records are expensive.
I think the actual
got to be veneered out of something crazy. That's what it is.
The bottles of this cognac are actually quite competitive with the 4000C per bottle.
Per bottle, yeah.
So there you go.
So I think the 4000C is what, 10 grand asking. I think each one of these bottles, if I'm not mistaken, is somewhere between 8 to 12 grand for a bottle of cognac. I mean,
for me, it's just ironic that you just have this little puny level in there, right? It's like play the music. It's like very 1940s era type of thing. Should probably
take in mind that
play
the
like
guy.
Edith Piaf.
I say guy because there's always a guy who will buy this. The guy who has these has 90s on the side. He has had this to brag off, and he has 90s with real stuff. I just imagine.
But there is a woman on the picture, Erik.
Yeah, she's dancing.
You could ask her if you could talk with the man in charge who bought it.
Right.
Erik wants to get slapped.
You?
Yeah, but I don't know. That's something.
Is that Alicia Keys? No, it's not. No.
You gotta be so wealthy that you don't even know what to buy anymore. That's where you throw that money into, because I don't think that this is a smart investment in any way, shape, or form.
It's the same. I saw a Marquez on YouTube, and he just got a Xbox Louis Vuitton edition.
Oh,
yes,
God.
like, was it
10 grand or something? It's just like they did like 3-4 pieces of them, and it's just like, who's gonna pay that kind of money?
Well, him.
He didn't. He got it sent to him,
free.
and he explicit said that I would never pay for this. Yeah, it's
That's
pretty crazy.
insane.
Yeah, it is.
But I guess that's like
that
tacking the Berluti tax on a TV, right? Like, it doesn't do anything different. It just costs you obnoxiously more money because you get the leather thing
or on a pair of H95s.
Yeah, which
is just
but
a strap.
to each their own.
Yeah.
I think it's more or less than the status quo that people buy it for than anything else. Because
but what his conclusion on that subject was that it didn't matter how many pieces they sold. It was the publicity and the talking about the product. Just think about it. How many times had you said Bellucci on this podcast for the past 6 months?
Too many to be happy about it.
Exactly. And people has been Googling Bellucci. People has been subscribing to their Instagram accounts and stuff, which is crazy. And that's just how it works.
I'm not knocking the leather. I'm just knocking the price. I don't think that, for example, Steve, the 90s, right? I don't think that I could justify spending 50 grand on leather panels. It doesn't make the speaker sound any better. That's my point. That's my point. Like, it shouldn't be that obnoxiously expensive. Then again, we're going back to the territory where I'm going to get worked up over a goddamn brand, and I don't want to do that. So It is what it is with the Berluti, I guess.
I'm trying to look up Harry's suggestion about the B&O turntable furniture edition cabinet. Like, if it's actually a real thing, depending on whether you're trolling us or not. Like, B&O doesn't even mention it. Like, in their latest newsfeed, there's nothing of it.
40 years of multi-room, baby. Oh, look at that. Ain't that cute? They put a freaking set of 28s with the 9000.
It looks great. That's kind of the thing what I like with my awesome. I can mix match old versus new, and still.
That's why I'm never getting rid of my 9000 bitches. Ever, ever.
Very timeless, yeah.
It is sweet.
And the proportion is just great. It looks better than the 8000s in this mine. I mean, just great.
Yeah, I'm gonna be buying a TV, I guess, when I get to Florida.
Yep.
That's gonna be fun.
Harmony.
Yeah.
65 or 77.
I'm gonna go with the 77 on the turntable, or I mean motorized floor stand.
Yeah.
So I like the 30-turnies.
And it also looks better. I always say saw Anders Sellström get his 77-inch, or 65-inch, I think he got. But still, it looks way better. If you're not having it on wall brackets, it looks best on that circular plate. Even though you're not moving it, it just looks better. I just wish that it was around when me and Michael bought it. We, as an early adopters, always do. So yeah.
That's why I never adopt early. That looks cool. These walls. Is that what you have behind you, Henrik?
Yes.
Yep.
That's the same product.
Yeah, we had somebody from the chat asking. So behind the wall, I had some wood panels that goes this way. So I did 50 centimeters, 50 centimeters, 50 centimeters, and then so I can pull cables up through the walls. And I think from here to there, that's one panel. And from here, you can see it here, to around here is another panel. And then it's mounted on top of this wood panel, so it does acoustic treatment as well. And this is the walnut thing.
The standard height of the panels are there.
Yeah, these are 260.
Yeah.
You can get them in 240, 260, and now they get it in 3, I think.
Yeah.
But there's one thing: the 3 meters ones are not fire approved, which in some countries you need to take into consideration.
Well, it may also be nice with cables behind it and not knowing what's going on there because you can't see anymore.
Yeah,
but it's on felt that's like that thick, and it actually works quite well. I thought long and hard about using it here, but then I ended up with the same issue. Like I have to have a fake wall behind it, and it's a pain in the ass with concrete to do.
Yeah, but it's really, really easy, because if you just put down the wooden boards, I think I have like 1, 2, 3, 4 wooden pillars that goes this way, which is this thick, like a centimeter or so. And it's inside the wall, just drew it into the wall, and then these panels into the wooden boards, and it's just so easy. I think I did all this within 3 hours.
They're so easy to install. I have many friends now who do these installs with this, and just today someone in Instagram asked me if it was possible to do it with this, because it's so easy to install, that makes so much better, and just how they look without even having the sound dampening and all the effects and all that, but still they do.
Yeah, they don't even use Milwaukee tool. Bastards.
I know. But I mean, the sound treatment in the room, they sell these products as acoustically treatment. Yeah, it's okay. It's not what
they're not.
If you put acoustic treatment on this freaking wall, it would be so dry in here. It's okay as a living room, but it's not acoustic treatment.
But that acoustic treatment that's on a professional level, that
but
makes sense.
I compare it to a professional level.
No, but that's, it looks hideous or just weird.
Yeah.
If you want it like the same kind of level that these do. I mean, still these are way better looking. And
I wonder if this is available in state, because I would like to have a wall like that.
Initially, it wasn't even available here, but they've expanded quite quickly, because before you could call them in Denmark and ask for a special order. Now you can just order it here.
You can do it in UK and
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
I mean, also to think about, like, in terms of wall treatment.
Prestige will make these walls just a bit cheaper, but higher quality, they say.
Yeah, but personally, I'd go that way.
I would too.
I mean, in terms of what people, if I look around on YouTube, the market for acoustic panels is fucking insane. What people ask for it, like you have these stylized sort of thickish feltish rubber things, and it's a cube that size that you pay 100-something euro for because I don't know, we put some CAD models on it or something. And it's like, okay, but you can get something like this, or get ask Prestige to do it properly, because you need the heavy, thick vinyl lining, not just something that you can hang up with glue generally.
Yep.
Unless you like smear it. But even so, like again for this wood up stuff, it's not like it's 10 centimeters thick. It's only about like that thick, including the wood. So
no. There are like
inch or even
there are 2 centimeters, 2.2 centimeters.
That's almost an inch. Yeah. Little less. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, and I like it. It's okay, but I mean,
and also the look. It looks so premium for how easy it actually is, and for what it does. I mean, yeah, looks very premium. Especially just look at behind you. It's just very premium.
It looks exclusive, which is very cool, and it looks exclusive enough that you could put it up, and the cool thing is that I can pull cables behind it. Yeah. I mean, the cables for the shape are gone. The cables for the halo are gone. The cables for everything is gone. So that is just amazing. And I am going to expand this somehow into the different rooms. But I mean, the problem is that walnut looks amazing. But you can get them in oak as well. But you can also get them in smoked oak. But if you get them in smoked oak, it gets very, very dark.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
So by the way,
I like the walnut.
Vlad asked, "What's with the Dune thumbnail?" I watched Dune 2 days ago, and
what do you think about the sound experience?
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Holy shit! Also,
my walls were shaking. I have 70s and 80s and all that.
At points, I wasn't sure what to do. Like, do I want more voice intelligibility, or do I want to anger neighbors, or do I just not care anymore? But, like,
especially those sound effects when you hear the voice, commanding voice, and just damn.
Yeah, because they have this thing called the voice where, like, they talk normally and then they go. And it's like a double voice, and it's super weird, and it's like, holy fuck, what's happening?
What is it? A movie?
Yeah, it's a remake from a movie from the 80s. It's kind of a prequel, and it's also a book series. It's sort of sci-fi thing, but
from the beginning, I think it's 2 or 3 parts. And the movie that David Lynch did in 80s it's very 80s, and his kind of weird stuff. And this one is just chapter 1 of 2 or 3, and it's just even though you don't really like this kind of story and all that, just watching it is pleasing for the eyes and ears. It's just that kind of experience. It's great.
At times I was thinking to myself, when that bass rolls in with the high end, like, I was thinking, like, is this distortion? And then the more you listen to it, it's like, no, they're actually asking our speakers to do this, and like, holy fuck!
Like, did you see the Tenent?
No, not yet. But
it also has some, really weird sound with everything just reverse back, and it does something. It feels not normal. Yeah, you feel like speakers are turning itself, but yeah.
So did you watch it on HBO Max or on UHD Blu-rays?
UHD Blu-ray, and
me too.
For the first time, because there was an update to Infuse, which is now actually fucking easy to use. It's so much better, Infuse, the 7 version versus the one before. And like Dolby etc. plays through Dolby, what you call it, the for the picture and for the sound. And
Dolby Vision and Atmos.
Yeah. And it's like, holy crap, this was an experience.
Yeah.
And I normally appreciate like having like height speakers and rear speakers, but I have a feeling that whatever they did, whoever they hired for this audio track, it's like, my God, did you excel? You need to get an Oscar for this shit.
Yeah.
Because I felt like even my 28s as rear speakers got a workout with this. And
I mean, it's just, rear speakers for a long time just really exceeds or do what they're supposed to do in this movie. Just they're not forgotten in the rear. It just, yeah.
So if anybody hasn't seen it yet, it's out on most streaming things. I would highly recommend it. The story is a bit, I don't know, it's odd, but if you go into
and just
sort
part
of,
one.
But it's not entirely clear that it is part 1. So you get a lot of sort of flashbacks and flash forwards that are, I don't know, a bit odd if you don't know what to expect. I've been a Dune fan for a while, and I even played the game in the late 90s, early 2000s, because they had like a Dune Command and Conquer style game, which was fun. But like,
I remember that. Yeah.
Also the visuals, like, I know most of it was CGI, but it really was hard to tell what was CGI and what was
just really should do
practical effects.
There are some videos out on the David Lynch version in like 84, 86, and watch his kind of interpretation of what he did, and now it's just so different and much
the old version is laughable if you see this first and then that one.
Especially the character that Stellan Skarsgård does is kind of the old, big, kind of weird monster, but still half human and something else.
He's just Swedish. That's how all Swedish people are, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like the king of the Swedes has like this mechanical backbone and like sort of levitates and
weighs like 200 kilos or something.
And if he's hurt, he goes in a bath of tar.
Yeah.
and rebuilds himself.
Blood or something. Yeah.
And they never stop eating, is what I've learned, the Swedes.
Yeah. But yeah, that's that character, and watch the real character from 84. And how he is floating with their 80s special effects is just hilarious compared to now.
But it was kick-ass back then, right? Like, even if you look at Terminator 1, right? Like, it's terrible now comparatively to what it how terrorizing it was.
It's very Nightmare at Elm Street.
But the story is still amazing.
Yeah,
the story is amazing, of course.
The story is still better than most pictures.
Most movies, but the stop motion art at the end, it really just dates it, right? Otherwise.
But the thing with kind of this Dune is it's more a grown-up version of Star Wars. Many people say, and it's more deep and artistic or something.
Yeah, I don't watch the Star Wars. I've never had real interest in it.
This is amazing.
I think I agree with you in the sense that it's also more believable to be the sort of because it's not totally inhuman and we have like super weird powers. It's more so like how would you say, like super enlightened. It's not like I have the Force and come here kind of power, although that sort of that voice thing is a bit like that.
Yeah,
but
you see that
like most of the people in it aren't like come here and I like force choke you and you die. It's a bit less Disney, if you will.
And great actors and doing a very good job of think it's very
I was
good.
amazed at the cast because
Yeah.
You guys
especially
are fucking nerds, bro. Like,
Yeah,
fucking nerds, man. Let's move on with this shit. Like watching
you need to
paint
watch it.
dry.
Yeah,
I don't want to watch that movie. If
Connect
it's
your
over like
90s
Star
again
Wars
and
like,
watch
I
it.
know for a fact that I will crack my screen with the Flying Bio Remote 1, and I'm not doing that because I can't deal with those movies. It's just, it's
but
so
again,
fake.
it doesn't matter. That's kind of the whole thing with you don't care because how it just so good looking on your screen and also how good it sounds with your home cinema setup and all that. It just works.
I bet
I've
you
watched movies that I literally, I just power drank bourbon so I can wipe the memory of having watching that. And yes,
it's
it
not
was
that
great to listen to it, but in the same token, it's like being stuck in front of fucking railway ramps. The lights are flashing, but the train just doesn't come anymore, like at all, right? And you're the first one in line. Do you go or not? And that's exactly what this is. Like, do I turn it off or I'm already 45 minutes into this garbage?
in terms
So
of a
just-
speaker workout, I would put this above Deepwater Horizon. And I'm not joking, not because anything else. Deepwater Horizon is very impressive, but like this as a
These
whole
are-
system check was like, holy shit.
I want you to look at to watch the Tenent and to compare those two. The kind of similar, kind of futuristic, but still not the same kind of story, but still have that workout for the speakers. That's
that's gonna happen in Florida because I'm definitely gonna unsubscribe from Netflix now. There's no point for me to have the membership because I don't really utilize any of it now. And it's what, $18 a month for the freaking 4K bullshit.
Yeah.
It's not the cheapest subscription to not ever watch anything on it, really. So
Once I move there, you can come on our family plan. It's fine.
oh yeah, that's right.
But Henrik,
Start
have you
adding shit
watched,
to your list.
Henrik, have you been watching Tenent and Dune?
I have been watching Tenet. I haven't been watching Dune, no.
Okay. Then you have something to do with your headphones.
For Hamilton's sake, I would watch it like in the late afternoon somewhere.
With his new beloved headphones, it would be great.
Oh,
that is one of the things that I say in my video is that I'm not keen about watching movies with them on. So that's not going to happen. But I am going to watch the movie. But
movies. Yeah.
I need some time, and time is not what I have most of.
That's right. Yeah.
Something
kind of regret that I sold my Avant because the freaking Terminator, the new Terminator movie came out on Netflix. I'm like, fuck! I wanted to watch it before I packed it all in, but it's too late.
What's it called?
I forget. The fourth one, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's your wheels?
Yeah. Heidi
Which
got
year
a
is
new
it?
job. So we had to sell her car. She had the A6 Avant. And then she didn't believe that the 911 was the perfect family car. So I kind of disagreed with her. And then she said, well, it's not. And then I said, okay. And then I told her that I will find a new car for us. And she said to me, make sure that the baby stroller can be in the car. And I was like, okay, I will. So I went out to a dealer and I saw this car and I opened up the boot and then I looked at the guy and I said to him, I mean, a stroller can fit in that boot, right? And he said, yeah, it should be. It should be, that it will fit. And then I was like, okay, let's sign the papers. And the stroller doesn't fit. So Heidi...
It's a typical salesman fucking lied to you. There you go.
Heidi hates me at the moment. Nah, it's okay. We can't get everything into it, and I figured out a solution to get everything, both the stroller and the other thing with us. And
we'll put the kid and Heidi in the back and the stroller in the front next to you.
No. Everything fits. I just needed to figure everything out. But we just got it, and we drove around 1,000 kilometers this weekend to visit some family and had a baptism and stuff. So yeah, it's nice, man. It's luxurious as fuck compared to the 911.
Was it a good workout for Hamilton's neck? Like,
I drove fairly slow. I drove slow all the way out there, and then I drove a bit faster home. So out there, it drove 10.9 kilometers per liter, and that's pretty good. Yes. And on the way home, it was like 8 or 7. Something.
Well, that's kind of how you have to drive it.
Yeah. It's not a hybrid. It's a 4.8 liter V8. It's the GTS version, so it's just like
super cheap on gas, bro.
It's very angry.
I can't remember. Is it the turbocharged one or just natural?
No. I didn't want the turbocharged one. Yeah. I tried the turbocharged one, and I thought that the sound was very, very dull.
Yeah.
So then I tried this one, which was the GTS, and it's fucking angry all the time. Like it's just it's fantastic. I love it.
And you have all the extras. So you have the sport exhaust and all that.
I have the sport, the sport plus.
Yeah, and all this.
The extras. I have all the extras on paper. It takes 45 minutes to look everything through. And it has a special exhaust for an add-on for 85,000 Danish kroner, which is crazy.
Yes, 8,500 almost.
Which is 15,000 euros or something.
Even,
it's crazy.
What year is it, Vlad asks?
2013.
Yeah. Same as my box.
It's kind of amazing how
10 years
around.
Almost.
Yeah, but like tech has stood fairly still.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing that's gotten a lot worse from then to now is that everything now in the new cars is shiny black plastic. Which every fingerprint is.
all the panels in this car, you can see the panels on the side door is painted the same paint as the car. The wheel has the same paint as the car.
Yeah, you have that extras.
You have heating. You have vented seats on all 4 seats.
Do you have the heated steering wheel also?
Yes.
What stereo system is inside this thing?
Bose.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
So they didn't go full blown with the Burmeister.
No. That's the only thing. There's 3 options I didn't get on the car. First of all, it's the Burmeister system, it's the curtains, and then it's the things that you can turn on to make it heat up when you're arriving to it.
Oh.
Come again?
No. But that's.
I don't know what it's called.
Yeah,
the remote starter.
No.
Like it's like a remote
heater. Yeah.
It's a heating system that runs on oil.
Yeah. I actually get the government grant because I need that for my wheelchair. I can't scrape the windshield and all that. But it's a very expensive extra, most cars. But as you buy in second hand, it's hard to get all this kind of extra that you want. But to have all this.
The cool thing about the GTS is that when you go 90, the wing comes up and then it folds out.
Yeah.
It looks amazing. I mean,
and also
that is the only Porsche where you can actually see the wing comes up, because in the 911 I couldn't see it.
Yeah, my Boxster can't see it either.
Nope.
So yeah,
it sucks.
And I think mine it looks better than the old ones, but still, it's, nothing to brag about. But yeah, I think it has more clean look without it. But yeah, it's very cool. But with that infotainment system that you have, there's a very nice. You have the navigation system button, right?
Yeah.
So that's the upgraded one. So there's a very good, but there's a very good integration to have Apple CarPlay, and without, it's the same menus and all that, so it looks the same, and it's great and easy to fix.
I mean, this picture right now is crazy. There's a lot of buttons.
Yeah, are you sure you have enough buttons?
But when you drive it, it's just like, I have been driving it to a PCR test, and then I've been driving it to the road trip this weekend, and I know where everything is, and it's just like, oh, it's there.
I hope that most car manufacturers will go back to this, because when Porsche did this, there were such much complaint about, oh, there's so much too many buttons, complaining all that.
Yeah, we want
now
on the touch screen.
Yeah, but now with my Hyundai, it's just so goddamn bad, because you want. I know this does that. I mean, it's so.
You don't want to touch 4 buttons on a touchscreen to turn on the heater.
Yeah.
I actually think with this type of car, it was a lot of people that bought the underspec cars that were annoyed with all the buttons, because like you have 3 blank buttons out of this entire panel. But if you bought it underspec, like half this would be blank.
No.
The newer ones have, instead of buttons, have the LCD panels, and they can just turn the lights off for the options you don't have.
I had my brother with me today, and we drove 300 miles or so, and he cleans cars, and this was the first time he saw it. So he was like, "Oh, what does this do? What does this do?" And looking at everything, and he was like, "Oh, I love this compared to the Mercedes, because the Mercedes is you can see the blank thing at the bottom here, and they have the blank thing everywhere. And after a week, it's scratched all over.
Yeah.
But Porsche actually made it. Everything in the Panamera is leather, like it's so crazy. At least 11 or 13 cows dies for this.
And
car.
I guess you have the
crazy.
Optional leather extras, because the base one is just some plastic, but.
This has leather freaking where.
Same with my Porsche also. Even though it's a base model, it's still someone did it.
The plastic with the buttons is actually really, really nice, because it doesn't scratch up, and it's just the standard things. It's not, you can't get it different. It's
and also to comment on Michael, even though the new Porsche has this kind of piano black LCD, you can't see. You say that you can still see the blanks.
Yeah, if the light is right, but
so that's even though it's kind of shit. So yeah.
But I don't think the people that bought a Porsche of this year new, fully spec'd, ever complained about too many buttons. Because it's like, ooh, I have this toy, ooh, I have this toy. It was always the people, like the car journalists, that would buy it and then not get the Burmeister or the adaptive cruise or the electronic shocks.
Henrik, how many buttons do you have? Have you counted?
No.
Because I have 3.
I have 2 that doesn't work.
Yeah, and I have 3 that does work, and the rest of the blanks.
The only thing that I really would like differently on the car is that if the guy that bought it in Leipzig a few years ago, if he didn't want vented seats, he would get the GTS seats, which is Alcantara and leather.
Yeah.
But if he wanted the vented seats, and then it's leather all the way.
Yeah.
And I would rather have the
Alcantara.
The Alcantara.
Yeah.
Because they had the red stitching, and then when you had the red stitching, you'll also get the red seat belts.
That I do, yeah. In my little.
I don't know. For me, when I first sat into, what the heck was it? I think it was Panamera or one of those crazy ones too. Like the whole, like at Audi, we got a trade, and I sat in that car. I didn't even know how to fuck to start it, because like, oh my god, like there is just there's so many buttons comparatively to what I'm used to now at Audis, where there is basically. You have a lever for the freaking parking brake, and there is one button for a knob for the volume control to turn on and off the MMI system. And if you go from A6 and up, then it's just 2 touchscreens. One is for all the heat and AC deal and seats and blah blah blah, and the other one is for your whatever else have you there, right? Plus you get the virtual cockpit, so you have a map in front of you. So to me, that car was so convoluted, because I was like, oh my lord, like try to look. I'm like, if I were to, like, this would take me a little bit to at least familiarize myself with before I were to take this car for a drive somewhere, because that is an overwhelming amount of buttons. Even though, like, you look at the auto air conditioner, like you can just put auto air conditioner, you obsolete those 3 buttons there, right? That you don't really need. I don't know. It's crazy. But,
Wait, is this the nose lift function you have in this, or is it like it raises
suspension?
the whole car?
That's nose lift.
Sweet.
Oh,
yeah.
The nose.
If you ever come to this country, you'll need that button the whole time. Like
yeah. And the thing is, when you press the Sport Plus button, it will lower itself 3.
Yeah, the PASM. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you need when you drive it normally, it is fairly low. So, and especially with the GTS.
The GTS are always 15 millimeters lower than standard ones, I guess.
Yeah. So you have the nose lift.
But you don't have the air suspension in the rear. It's
yes.
normal. You have that.
Yeah, you do.
Yes. So when you open up the boot, the boot comes up, and when you turn the boot down, it lowers itself as well.
So according to Herr Vagabond, the option you were looking for was stop height zoom.
Yeah. But do you have the keyless entry and turn off?
Yeah.
It did actually exist. Yeah. So
what year is this?
It also has, which I thought was pretty crazy, but it has the cruise control where it can see the other cars and stuff.
Adaptive, yeah.
Adaptive, yeah.
I kind of have to have that because it's so when you had it once, it's hard to go back to the normal ones. Especially now with all the other cars have it, and the Porsche doesn't. It has regular ones, but
I mean, air suspension is crazy because when you corner really hard, it's still like
it compensates. Level. Yeah, it compensates.
Have you ever ridden in Citroens with the hydropneumatic suspensions?
Yes, my mom used to have a C5 and a
Lancia. Yeah.
What, with the active suspension?
Yeah.
Those cars are.
Those were probably the best.
Yeah.
Oh, active suspension is unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's just limousine ride, but you have to almost compare them to Mercedes S-Class had as aromatic suspension.
I mean, this doesn't drive like a Mercedes S-Class in any way.
No, it's a sporty one.
It's not as comfortable as a Mercedes S-Class in any point of view. But when you press the Sport Plus button, it drives like a 911, which is crazy. I never tried anything like that because
I mean the lap times with these
huge.
cars are amazing.
I mean, Willie, you need to notice this because it's huge. It's so big, this car. I mean, it's bigger than the A6 Avant.
Holy shit!
Yeah, and it's based on the same I think system or platform.
15 centimeters wider. We went.
Oh my God, that would be a problem parking here.
We went into a road work on our drive today, and it says on the left lane you have 2 meters. This is like 2 meters and 15 centimeters. You're fucked.
How's it doing a roundabout or a U-turn?
Really, really good.
Because of the rear wheel
steering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of have to have every car over 5 meters. Kind of have to have that.
And then it has launch control, and on the Sport Plus button, it got some jiffly jaffly thing in Germany before I got it. So when you press the Sport Plus button, it gets some more horsepower and stuff. So, and then you put it into launch control and all hell breaks loose. I mean, it spit flames and stuff. It's pretty funky.
And how's the taxes in Denmark?
Oh, it sucks.
Yeah.
I think all year round it's 12,000 Danish kroners for taxes. And
That's okay.
Like in just to have the car.
It's amazing how much it is able to hide its weight because it's nearly twice the weight of a 911.
Yeah, it's 2,000 kilos.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's faster than the 911 I had.
With this transmission and the kind of raw V8.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's even without the turbo, because the turbo makes a lot of that early on torque and getting away fast.
Yeah.
This V8 is more building up, but still just
Yeah,
I think
this,
it's sad that B&O doesn't do stereos for Porsche. I don't understand why they wouldn't. If the Harman is the company that basically stuffs it all in there, I don't understand where the limitation is or agreement that is missing, or I don't know. But it would be great to see a B&O system in this kind of car.
They do it for the Bentleys, and that's kind of their market, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, I love this car and was very close to buying the hybrid Sport Turismo. But for me, who has so bad experience with transmissions and all that stuff, I was like, I'm not gonna spend all the money on this car and still have maybe problems because I have so bad luck. So yeah.
Since you're liking this so much, I'm gonna have to look at one of these in America at some point once they're there.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's a Boxer to complete.
I mean, this is the best highway missile I've ever been in. Yeah. I mean, I've drove a lot of Audis. I do like Audis, but I hate the understeering in Audis. All Audis understeer.
Even they have the engine in the front.
Yeah, the R8, the RS6, the RS5, everyone understeers. This oversteers like a race car, which I just love. But you need to be able to. You need to like
Florida's only straight, so you never
need to like oversteer to be a part of it. Yeah. But I mean, it's freaking amazing and it's freaking fast. And the cool thing is that with the PDK and you drive, I think we did drive 150 like at this like
in Mexico, yeah.
The cruise control in Mexico. We put the cruise control in Mexico at 150-ish, and it was like 2100 RPM.
Yeah, the 7-speed is just an overdrive and just go
crazy
and just because top speed is on 6th gear.
Yeah, crazy.
Anyway,
and it does fantastic for the economy. Yeah, we're gonna go. So yeah.
Yeah. On that note, for the economy, that's why you buy these sorts of cars.
No. I bought this car. We can take that on the last note. I bought this car especially because Erik's electric car can drive 200 kilometers in the summertime, but only 100 kilometers in the wintertime. So I bought this car to make his car drive even further in the wintertime.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Everybody's happy.
Yeah.
There you go.
On that note, gonna call it. Thanks everybody for liking, subscribing, and all that. If you haven't done it yet, Harry, thank you very much for the super chat. We'll see you all on Twitch tomorrow with Willie if he isn't trapped under one of his 90s once it tips over. And otherwise, I'll be here and we'll go like, oh, Willie. And go like and subscribe. Links to Henrik stuff is down below. Same for Erik, same for Willie, but Willie doesn't have a channel yet. God damn
it. No need.
So see you all tomorrow and otherwise next week. And go watch our latest videos. And if you speak Danish, also watch Henrik's video. Bye everybody. Have a good week.
Bye.
And,
yeah.
You know, when this long night will fade away, and we go back to our old ways, two perfect strangers in the skies. When the sun is going to stretch its arms on the road, turn us again with his shrill call into perfect strangers in disguise. But until then,